One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey everybody, welcome to Extraordinary People. I am Patricia, and I'm going to introduce to you my guest today. So his deep, soothing voice is part of the healing process. Add to that the years of research and experience with a caring and professional demeanor, and you have the perfect combination for a wonderful guide to better lifestyle and improved health. Being an expert in the field as a physiotherapist, working to fix those physical aches and pains, his impassioned and thorough learnings will also relieve the internal cause of unpleasantness on the mind and body, which are such a heavy initiator of discomfort, as we can all relate. My guest goes to the source of the problem for a true and long-lasting solution, all with holistic methods which are at the grasp of each and every one of us. He has many tools and a lot of knowledge, all researched, tried, and tested on himself to improve your whole well-being, and as you can see before you, he is a fit, energetic, and wise gentleman. I am personally grateful for his generosity to share and for his kind friendship. Let me introduce to you today my extraordinary guest, Imad Naassi. Hi,
Thank
Imad.
you. Hi, Patricia.
How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Like we've been talking about this a lot, and I'm really excited to
Yeah,
be
me
here.
too.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for being
When
here.
you said it's really overwhelming, like
It's the truth. It's always just the truth, and it's my feeling, and my impression of everything. So, I don't know how you want to start. Do you want to start by telling us a little bit about your past, about your experience, your education, how you got to doing this specialization you're into right now?
Yeah, definitely. So a bit about myself and what got me into this the position I am in now
Yeah.
is that I started as a physical therapist. I graduated in physical therapy school,
Mm-hmm.
studied 4 years, and then uh, started my career as a physical therapist. But during this time, I had my own gut problems,
Right.
gut issues.
Mm-hmm.
I was young. I was like 23 years of age,
Okay.
and
That's young to start with gut issues.
yeah, exactly. That's really young, and I was
Mhm.
wondering like, why am I having these issues at a really young age?
Mm-hmm.
And I started having symptoms like bloating, chronic fatigue. Like I'm
Wow.
always tired. Started having also brain fog. Like my focus is not, my mental clarity is not 100%.
And
So
all this you discovered it was from your gut later on.
yeah,
Okay.
and I discovered, and I always wondered. I always had this critical thinking, like why, and asking questions. Why is
Mhm.
this happening to me?
Mhm.
How can I fix it?
You
So
didn't think it was maybe part of your lifestyle.
uh, no, I
Okay.
didn't. I didn't think, like, I just don't. I didn't think that it's all coming from the gut as well.
It's not like clubbing all night and drinking and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought. I thought at first.
Yeah,
I
well, that's
thought,
what I'm thinking. Yeah.
I
Obviously,
thought.
you think of these things.
But then I thought, like, everybody's like partying and they don't have same
Yeah.
issues. Like, why am I having
Yeah.
these issues and others don't?
Okay.
While we both have, like, maybe we have like same habits or similar habits.
Mm-hmm.
So I just started to ask myself these questions while suffering really from physically
Mhm.
and emotionally from these symptoms, because
Yeah.
physical symptoms turn to be psychological.
And it's at the center of your body.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, you can't avoid it. It's like,
Exactly, and it's frustrating because having digestive problems is really frustrating, and it's chronic. Like for
Right.
years I had them, and I also like yeah,
we all go through that.
yeah, and now it's very common, by the way.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctors. I went conventional.
Mm-hmm.
They gave me medication. They gave me pills
Okay.
to ease the pain. I just realized that they're only masking the symptoms.
Right.
I'm not treating the root cause of the problem. And
Okay.
how did I know that? It's just because whenever I take the medication, I feel good,
Right.
and then after I feel awful.
Okay.
So, and whenever I eat healthy, I also feel good. And whenever I want to take like a piece of like pizza or
Right.
a piece of cake,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm back from zero, from
So
scratch.
it's not a long-term solution to take pills for the rest
It's
of your
not a
life.
long-term solution to take pills, and it wasn't a long. I also fixed my diet, but it wasn't also the solution.
Okay.
So having a healthy, and then I realized that also after having my answers, I realized that even though you have a healthy diet, doesn't mean that you're gonna heal yourself, because there's
Right.
each person has his own case, and
Mhm.
you have to know why you're sick in the first place.
Okay.
And
I'm just trying to think
yeah,
because you went into like really deep research, and
yeah,
how did you find
the
all these?
answers.
Yeah, how did you find them?
So
And it's hard. You have to like really dig and fetch and find and stuff like that. So.
exactly, and you feel like most people who have the answers in this life are people that comes are answers that comes from pain,
Mhm.
or maybe joy,
Okay.
but two extremes.
Right.
So it's always like that, because people are motivated when they're in a bad place,
Mhm.
or in a good, very good
Because
place.
that's when you become more aware of the problem.
Exactly.
Right.
But I believe you're more motivated. You have more motive when you're in a bad place than a
Right.
good place, because
Mhm.
this will push you forward
Okay.
to fix the problem.
So this pushed you forward.
Very much. And I
Okay.
started looking for answers. I tried many diets.
Mhm.
I tried many diets.
Can I just want to add a fun fact here.
Yeah.
So you are a quadruplet.
Oh, that's totally changing the subject. But
No,
yeah,
but I'm getting to a point. So one of the quadruplets is your brother, who's also a physiotherapist,
Yeah.
and you work together.
Yeah.
And did you go to him with a little bit of your concerns? Did he have any idea, possibly?
Oh, no.
Okay.
He knew that I have my problems. But
Okay.
no, there weren't any answers, because
Okay.
the answers are not easy to get, you know.
Okay. So I
Uh,
interrupted. Sorry. So
no,
go
that's
back. I just
fine.
want to ask about that. Okay.
Yeah. So he tried to help me, of course, gave me
Mhm.
some guidance, but nothing helped. So
Okay.
I tried to do my own research, tried many diets, you know,
Mhm.
read some articles, tried this and tried that, like tried and error for like 3 years. But I
Oh,
kept
that's a long time.
Yeah, 3 years. I didn't have any answers.
Okay.
I was just like eating healthy.
Right.
Yeah, I felt better, but at the moment I start eating like a piece of cake or a piece of pizza, the
Right.
symptoms are worse,
Okay.
are triggered.
Okay.
So that means that the root cause of the problem is not yet healed or
Right.
treated.
That's a lot of patience and determination in your research, I must say. Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like critical thinking, patience, and consistency
Yeah.
helped me a lot to know or get to know the answers.
Okay. Agreed.
And honestly, then I started following a guy. His name is Anthony Williams,
Mhm.
a medical medium. So everybody thinks he's controversial
Mhm.
and all that, but honestly, he's the only one who helped me.
Okay. What was
treat my own
different
problem.
about him?
It's just he doesn't try to sell you any diet.
Okay.
He doesn't try to sell you anything.
Right.
Or promote anything. He
Mhm.
just give you the knowledge of how your body works
Mhm.
and how your digestive system works.
Okay.
Because when it comes to nutrition and food, you have to have a foundation,
Right.
which is that your digestive system. Because
You have to
it's-
work with your own body to find the
Exactly.
solution. Right.
once you have the foundation, now you can know how to eat based on your case.
Okay.
Because you have foundation, which is your digestive system. Because your digestive system is the one who processes food that you eat.
Okay.
So, and then after we have the foundation, now you can build theories around it.
Okay.
But people just build theories without having any foundation at first.
So why is he so unconventional? Because it sounds pretty logical what you're saying.
Yeah, he's very controversial because he gets his own information
Okay.
from sources that aren't from universities, or
Okay.
you know what I
So
mean.
he does his own research, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then I what matters is just I tried his philosophy, or his approach,
Mhm.
and it worked on me, because now I understood how the digestive system works,
Okay.
how the gut works.
Is he a doctor?
He is, but most people don't think he is. He's just like a guy, you know.
Why?
he's
What
just
kind of doctor is he?
a functional doctor.
What's a functional doctor?
He nutrition, like
Oh,
how
okay.
nutrition can help you with
Okay.
healing.
Okay, not a medical doctor.
No,
Okay.
and he so everyone thinks he's controversial, but his information is so logical
Right.
at first, because you have to
It
have
is.
logic so
It
that you can
is.
absorb it.
You know, I find it so funny because you say it's unconventional, and for me, it's just like, what? This
Yeah.
is just like normal. I mean, this is what we should know about our own body. It's holistic
But-
treatment.
But people always they want scientific evidence, they want scientific proof.
Okay.
But when you really look at the fact, medical science and research still don't have answers to why people are chronically ill or they have chronic symptoms or chronic disease.
They always say it's stress.
They always blame it on stress.
Right.
They always blame it on hormones, on genes.
Okay.
Because they don't have the answers.
Okay.
And now Harvard universities and other universities are taking his information.
Anthony Williams.
Yeah, they're taking his without citing medical medium, without citing, and they are proving that his information is right.
Okay.
So what I like about him is that and all of my resources and references are people who challenge science. They don't follow it.
Okay.
They challenge, and I always say like science should be challenged, not followed.
Everything actually, not just science.
Yeah.
To be able to advance, I mean, everything has to be questioned and think about it. Yeah.
Even myself, I always at the end of the month I just question everything I learned.
Oh, okay.
Even.
So you go back, you look and you review and you think of what happened.
100%.
Right.
I question everything, and that's what I want. That's what I want us to do, because people graduate from their college or the school. They're so into that academic environment. Right. They're waiting for scientific evidence to start treating or helping people. You don't have to wait for it. You just try it. If it works, then it works.
Okay, you apply it.
You apply it.
Right.
You don't have to wait for the scientific evidence. And also, by the way, there's a lot of evidence in what he's telling. Now, there's a lot of evidence.
Okay.
Like, for example, they found that copper has to do with like psoriasis, which is a skin condition.
Oh, copper has to do with psoriasis?
Yeah, which is
and
a heavy metal.
Where do we find copper? How do we get in touch with copper?
You can do a blood test, but also the thing is that heavy metals are found in your organs, deep inside your organs.
Oh, okay.
Not only in the blood, so the test couldn't be accurate, even if you didn't.
But I mean, in everyday life, I mean, where would you?
Oh, environment, industrial poison. So
Okay.
this is where I get to the source.
Okay.
The reason why we're sick, the reason why people suffer from gut problems, gut issues, and chronic illness is just like fatigue and low energy and like bloating and reflux and colitis and IBS and all
Don't
of
remind
these
me.
Crohn's disease.
Don't remind us.
Yeah, all of these symptoms are coming from two things. So he explains that they come from toxins, toxic heavy metals and other toxins, and viruses and bacteria, which is pathogenic activity.
Well, when you go to the supermarket and you look at sometimes processed foods and you look at the ingredients, it's like I don't know any of the ingredients of what I'm eating. There's like all these E something and this whatever hydrogenated oils and stuff like that.
Additives and stuff, and sugar and stuff like
that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you start looking at the little details. You just it opens your mind to like be careful.
Yeah, 100%.
Be careful what you choose.
Yeah, you just have to choose whole food.
Right.
Very simple, very straightforward. You just have to eat whole food and skip the processed food, because everything that's processed has some preservatives, additives, added sugars and stuff like that. So you just go to whole food, you know what you're eating. There's no added anything to it. So you'll be fine. Okay. But the whole picture, or the main thing that we need to know is that we are exposed to viruses and bacteria, and there are a lot of mutations these days, and toxins, which is environmental. Like it's more environmental what we have.
Right.
It's not because we ate a piece of butter or a piece of pizza.
Okay.
That's not why we're sick.
The air that we breathe, you mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because
the water we swim in.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Everything.
Yeah, summer is coming.
Gasoline.
Yeah.
Fungicides from like furnitures and clothes.
Pesticides, whatever, right?
Everything, pesticides, everything, like all together, like cumulated, and then this will weaken our body's ability to detoxify, to filter blood, which is and process food, which is basically what our liver does. This is our liver function. That's why I am so fascinated by how the world.
You focus a lot on the liver.
Yeah.
And I was reading a little bit about it, and it's besides the skin, it's the biggest organ in the body.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And then you mentioned also that it has like over 2,000 functions.
More than 2,000 functions.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So so how do you go about to find a solution for the tired organs or lazy organs, as you like to call them?
Yeah, so our organs get lazy because there's like too much toxins,
Right.
pathogenic activities, viruses
Right.
and bacteria,
Okay.
hindering or slowing down the
Mhm.
function of our organs,
Mhm.
especially the liver, because
Mhm.
when it comes to digestive system, we need to look at the liver.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah, it's funny because everybody thinks of the colon or the stomach,
no,
but you have
everyone
to,
is following the colon and the intestines, and it's all, and they start taking probiotics, and they
yes.
start like
I
taking.
take probiotics.
Yeah, but you're not following the root cause of the problem.
Okay.
Because if the liver is not functioning well, the stomach, the intestines and colon has to do more, has to overwork, has
Okay.
to do it, has to work more,
Okay.
but they're not supposed to work more.
Okay.
The liver should be helping. If it's not helping, that's when you have
Tired.
tired colon or intestines.
Okay. So what do you
So-
do? So what should we do when we?
So and
Or how do we know actually that our organs are tired or lazy or whatever?
so that's also the definition. How do we define gut health, right?
Right.
By
Exactly.
by how the liver and how well the liver is functioning, how
Mhm.
fast does it function.
Mhm.
Once the function of the liver is slowed down by what I just mentioned, like pathogenic activities or toxins,
Mhm.
then we'll start having problem with these processing food and
It's
detoxifying
also
food.
with a bad diet, no?
Yeah, bad diet
Okay.
is one of the factors,
Right.
but it's
okay.
not the main reason why chronic
Oh.
symptoms are
Oh,
still there.
it's not one of the main reasons.
No, the main reason why
Oh.
it's not because you're eating unhealthy foods, just because your liver process everything. You can eliminate, you can
Oh.
process everything.
Okay.
But the reason why chronic symptoms are still there, you still have
Right.
bloating for 5 years,
Mhm.
fatigue for 10 years.
Right.
All of these symptoms that's stuck inside your body and they won't go away is because you have a specific or low-grade viral or bacterial infection,
Okay.
or like too much toxins inside your body.
Okay.
So how do you fix these issues?
Yeah. How
And
do you know? First of all, how do you know that your organ is tired?
Okay, so
Because obviously everybody's body is different. And
How-
everybody has
100
different variations in there.
exactly. So you know by symptoms.
Okay.
You just have to be self-aware that people just always they go to their doctors, they wait for the result,
Mhm.
but you don't have to wait for the result. You just have to be self-aware of your symptoms,
Okay.
and then you can know what's going on.
You
Yes.
have a method though. So this is what I'm trying to get to. So if I
Okay.
come to you,
Yeah.
which I did, and then so Imad, how do I know that my organs are functioning? How do
Okay.
you find out?
Okay, so I might ask you for like specific tests to do,
Okay.
but most importantly, I focus on your symptoms.
Okay.
By focusing on your symptoms, I
Mhm.
can relate all the symptoms together
Okay.
and know the root cause of the problem.
Mhm. Okay.
Because if you have, for example, sinuses,
Yeah.
and you also have constipation, they're
Okay.
related, and you also have skin problem,
Sinus is related to constipation.
is related to skin problems.
Oh, geez.
Because it could be like a bacteria called streptococcus, for example.
Okay.
That's
So
triggering
they-
all these symptoms.
All at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we can relate all the symptoms together.
Right.
Or if you have gut inflammation and lack of breathing, and you might have like bad posture,
Mhm.
like all of these symptoms are related.
What you mentioned once, and I thought that was amazing, you mentioned arthritis also.
Oh yeah.
And so I was thinking for later on, I'm like, oh, God bless you, there's a solution for this when we get old.
Yeah.
So how does it relate to arthritis?
So again, medical media mentioned that it's coming from a virus called Epstein-Barr.
Oh,
And medical research and science know about Epstein-Barr. It just
Okay.
they just don't know that Epstein-Barr it's the root cause of the arthritis problem, because Epstein-Barr it nests all viruses and bacteria.
Okay.
They hide deep inside our gut and liver.
okay.
And whenever our immune system gets weak
Mm-hmm.
from maybe toxins exposure, alcohol, a bad diet, or like anything that
Yeah.
triggers it, they escape from the gut and liver,
Mm-hmm.
and they go into either joints
Oh.
or organs like
so this
heart
kind
and-
of virus
or
goes,
thyroid.
right, so this kind of virus goes to the joints or stuff.
Exactly. So
Okay.
it goes to the joint
Okay,
and
that's interesting. Okay, now I understood. Okay.
100%.
Before we continue, when you say gut, do you mean the stomach?
So the gut is the stomach and the intestines and the colon.
Oh,
and-
okay.
But
Okay.
that's why I always say gut and liver, because
Okay.
the liver is not included in the term gut.
No, it isn't. Right.
So that's why I emphasize on this word, because
Okay.
the liver and the gut
Okay. So the gut is a combination of stomach, colon,
and
intestine.
intestines. Yeah.
Okay.
But most importantly, we need to focus on the liver because it's the root cause of our gut problems.
Okay.
Yeah, people talk about gut microbiome and all that. They're all important,
Yeah.
but it's not the reason why we are sick.
Yeah, because I even told you this, so I tried to research a little bit, and it was really hard because all I got was the gut microbiome, and just because I knew you a little bit, I was able to diversify a little bit my research, but you have to really be aware about this, so thank you for bringing
No problem.
teaching us about this.
I just because I always wanna. I consider myself like a shepherd. Like I tell people where to look. Like I'm the middleman.
Right.
And I love telling people where to look when it comes to their health, taking care of their health, because I tried it on myself first.
Yeah, and it's not like
it worked.
It's not weird fixes or anything like
No.
this. It's all holistic. It's not like you have this pharmacy, you say buy this and buy this. No, we all do it ourselves with your help and with your guidance, of course.
Exactly.
Okay.
When you mentioned pharmacy, honestly, pharmaceuticals are one of the reasons why the liver gets weak as well.
The antibiotics you mentioned.
Yeah,
a lot.
antibiotics, everything. Like they
Right.
weaken the liver because the liver has to process the medication.
Okay.
So it's distracted. And when it's distracted, you might.
Oh, it's distracted, so it can't focus on what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It has to do something extra.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe while the liver is distracted, you will trigger symptoms because now the virus or the bacteria could escape from it.
Okay.
Because the liver is distracted. It cannot focus on keeping them or storing them deep inside of it.
Okay.
So the ideal thing best thing to do is just focus on how to get rid of these bacteria and viruses and toxins from the body.
So Imad, how do we find solutions to these bacteria, these viruses, these toxins in the body? What do we do to get rid of them?
So I also met another one of my mentors. His name is Dr. Perry Nicholson.
Okay.
If you follow his job, his work, he's amazing.
Okay.
He actually works a lot on the visceral manipulation and organs.
So just to explain, visceral manipulation means touching the organs.
Yeah, manipulating the organs
with
manual techniques.
Okay.
Like it's the same thing when you go to a physio and you do like
kind of like a massage.
Massage, but not for the muscles.
Right.
For the organs.
Okay.
And why is it important? Because you don't just have the organs. You have everything because the body is connected, right?
Right.
So you have your lymphatic system, which is very important when it comes to eliminating toxins.
Oh, okay.
It's the system that eliminates toxins in your body.
Oh, the lymphatic system is what eliminates the toxins.
It's responsible for eliminating toxins.
How does it eliminate them?
So it's just the same thing as your liver and your skin.
Right.
Like
through your urine and your stools.
Yeah. So urine, stools. So I'm gonna
sweat. Okay.
Sweat. So I'll explain later how the toxins are eliminated in the body.
Okay.
But just to get the idea that the lymphatic system, the blood circulation, the vagus nerve, the phrenic nerve, which is a vagus nerve responsible for the stress response.
Yes.
And inflammation and all that.
And it's what links all the
gut and internal organs.
Right. Okay.
You did your own.
I did my research. Thanks to you. Okay.
Yeah. So what links our brain and gut is the vagus nerve, which is the nerve responsible for like the stress and
which
inflammation.
Sends the information.
Which sends into and 80% of it is afferent, which means that it goes the fibers or the fibers of this nerve is 80% afferent, so that it means afferent.
Afferent.
Yeah, so it goes from the gut to the brain.
Okay.
So if your gut are in a good, healthy environment, then your brain will feel good because it's not afferent. It's not from the brain to the gut. It's from the gut to the brain.
Okay.
So the more.
So afferent means from the gut to the brain, not the other way around.
No.
Okay.
So your brain can actually sense the environment of your organs and gut. If it's in a good shape, you will feel good.
Okay.
That's why I had my own brain fog. I had brain fog, loss of mental clarity, fatigue.
Okay.
Because my brain sensed that my gut wasn't in a good shape, wasn't in an ideal environment.
Okay, and it was all from toxins? Your gut?
Yeah, toxins, and I had a virus called H. pylori, a
Oh,
bacteria
right,
actually.
yeah.
It's called bacteria called H. pylori,
Yeah. Okay.
and but it doesn't show in the tests.
Yeah, you have
Doctors.
to. Yeah, it's a very. You have to
Sometimes
do,
it shows, sometimes it doesn't show.
You have to do the gastroscopy.
Oh yeah, but sometimes
Yeah.
it doesn't show because there's a
Ah.
lot of viruses and bacteria in the world and mutation, a lot of varieties.
6% of our body weight is bacteria.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah, and if you think about it, I
And
don't
they're
know.
so tiny. I mean, they're smaller than human cells, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're made out of bacteria.
Yeah.
If you study the human evolution, we started as a bacteria in
Yeah.
the sea,
Right.
eukaryote
Yeah.
bacteria.
Okay.
So if people don't believe that we have bacteria and viruses living inside of us, you need to go to your origin. If you study
Okay.
evolution, we
Right.
started there
Yeah.
as a bacteria.
Okay.
Uh,
So you're
so-
telling me about this doctor.
so he works on the visceral manipulation
Mhm.
on the organs,
Mm-hmm.
and you can influence the lymphatic system, blood flow circulation, vagus nerve,
Mm-hmm.
and also breathing, because you also work on your diaphragm,
Right.
because your diaphragm sits on top of your digestive system.
Personally, I think breathing is like the base for everything.
Yeah.
Because when you breathe right, you exercise right, you think properly,
100%.
you do everything properly. So, sorry, I
Yeah.
interrupted you
No,
again.
that's really good because
Yeah.
you're like trying to like
You optimize everything when you breathe right.
Yeah,
Okay.
everything
I got
just
it.
feels right when you breathe. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And people don't know that what links the gut. People don't know that gut health has to do with breathing.
Yeah.
Like if your gut is inflamed, you cannot breathe properly because your diaphragm and digestive system don't move.
right.
They always should move together.
Okay.
But when your gut is inflamed, it's stuck. It doesn't want to move
So
mechanically.
it's like
So-
kind of like a nice dance all
Yeah,
together.
they always
Yeah.
always.
Okay.
But the dance is disturbed whenever
Yeah.
you have.
If somebody does a
Chaos
false
or
move or a
inflammation.
false step, that's it. The whole
Oh
the
yeah,
whole
yeah,
system
exactly.
is disturbed. Okay.
If one system is disturbed, the other will be disturbed.
Okay.
So people start breathing from their neck and chest because
Mhm.
they're not breathing from their belly.
Right.
So we need to also know that toxins are eliminated through the skin
Mm-hmm.
by sweating. That's why we
Okay.
sweat,
Right.
and urine
Mm-hmm.
when we also poop,
Yeah.
and when we breathe. That's how we eliminate
Oh,
toxins.
we can eliminate toxins by breathing.
by breathing.
Okay.
That's why it's so important.
Okay.
And but if there's too much toxins because we're exposed a lot, we're in a bad environment, or we
Mhm.
eat unhealthy food, junk food.
Mm-hmm.
So there's too much toxins. The body is overloaded with toxins. What happens then? It
Mhm.
cannot eliminate.
Mm-hmm.
It will. Your body starts to store it.
Okay. So what do we do when it starts storing?
So first, we need to know where does your body stores it. It stores it
Oh.
around your liver,
Okay.
lymphatic system,
Mm-hmm.
and adipose tissues or fat tissues.
Okay.
So if let's
Fat
think about
tissues also store
yeah.
toxins.
Yeah. So if you think about
So
it,
those fat tissues, we can't get rid of them.
that's why some people can't lose weight
Ah.
because they're trying a lot, but they can't lose weight because there's too many toxins stored in the in
Right.
fat cells. So your body doesn't want you to shed body fat. Why? Because if it
Oh.
sheds body fat, you're not being able to eliminate bad toxins or previous toxins.
So for
from
those
before.
who say, "Oh, I'm watching my diet and I'm exercising, I'm
Yeah.
drinking all the water and everything," so it could be the source
That
of them
could be
not
the
losing
source.
weight. Okay.
The body starts storing toxins inside of fat cells.
Mhm.
This is why you can't eliminate weight. You can't lose weight
Okay.
because it doesn't. So once you give your body the right tools or
Mhm.
fuel,
Mm-hmm.
then you can start eliminating
Okay,
toxins, and
so-
then you start losing weight and slowing or decreasing symptoms.
Okay. So what are the right tools?
All right. So we have two things we do.
Mm-hmm.
I personally do. I work on the organs.
Mm-hmm.
I do visceral manipulation
Mm-hmm.
because I help eliminate toxins. I help relax the body
Mm-hmm.
by stimulating the vagus nerve, because the vagus nerve puts us in a parasympathetic state.
So show us where the vagus nerve is. It's
So
like
it goes. You have the left one and the right one and the left one.
Oh, okay.
And it goes from the brain. It passes through your collarbone.
Oh, okay.
lungs, all
Right.
the way to your liver and gut, and then it goes up again to the brain.
Oh, it
So
does
that's
like a loop.
Yeah, the loop.
Oh, okay.
So and it supplies all the organs and then comes up all the way to up to the brain again.
Oh, so that's why you were saying. I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't remember the term from the gut to the brain.
Oh, 80% of it is afferent.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Okay.
So I reduce inflammation. I
Mhm.
put people in a parasympathetic state because
Mhm.
once you stimulate the vagus nerve, that's what happens.
Mhm.
So you're more relaxed, and when you're relaxed, you can heal,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And then I improve blood flow circulation,
Mm-hmm.
and also I improve the movement of the organs. So
Right.
I can improve the breathing.
You sometimes focus on one specific organ. I mean, you say your liver is tired,
Yeah.
your colon, your
Yeah.
pancreas. It's not just. I mean,
Each
you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell by manual testing assessment.
Right. Okay.
You don't have to do a test because you're testing the manual or the movement or motricity of the organs.
Okay.
You
And
know,
it's
so
not painful, just so that everybody knows. I
No,
mean,
it
it's
should-
just like a little massage or something. It's
Yeah.
nothing.
it's not painful at the same time. It's very effective.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be painful because when you're working on your organs, it's not like the muscles.
Okay.
You have to be very gentle.
Yeah.
And progressive.
Okay.
And this is the first thing
Mhm.
we need to do because you need help from
Mhm.
someone
Right.
when you're overloaded with toxins. Even like people telling me that I jump on a trampoline, I eat healthy and whatever,
Yeah.
you might not feel better because
Okay.
you're overloaded with toxins and you need
Okay.
manual help, like
Okay.
actually someone to work and reboot your system.
Right. This is like a treatment, so it's not like you have to do it forever.
No, it's like a phase,
Yeah.
just to give your body push your body
Okay.
and help it do what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
And then it comes with nutrition.
Okay.
Like I also guide people with what they should be eating and how, based
Yeah.
on their case and why they need to eat it.
What you suggest, and I like this, is when you wake up in the morning and you hydrate with lemon water.
Oh yeah.
The funniest is celery juice. You
Nobody
really-
likes it.
It doesn't taste good. I didn't try it because it's not. I don't have access to it so easily.
Yeah, and some people don't like the taste because they're so
Oh.
used to like
Okay.
food that is very acidic to their bodies.
Oh.
So when
okay.
they drink something very alkaline, they don't like it. I realize that people who are very unhealthy, they don't like it. People,
And you're so funny. You hold this green drink and you're so happy.
I'm so happy because it helped me a lot, you know.
Okay.
Once I added celery juice into my diet, I always like I'm not extreme with my diet. I eat
Right.
everything. Like I
Yeah,
eat
you're
meat.
not extreme, yeah.
Yeah, I eat meat. I eat
Yeah.
seafood. I eat like put vegetables and everything. I eat everything.
Right.
Just like once I added this to my diet, I felt I felt like my symptoms have improved a lot.
Ever since I started drinking lemon water in the morning, it is so refreshing. And now if I don't put the lemon slices, I feel wait, there's something
There's
wrong.
something wrong. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
something wrong. So now I'm addicted to the lemon water
Yeah.
in the morning.
Yeah, because water is so important,
Right.
But now the filtration process and everything,
Mhm.
and it also depends where you live.
Okay.
So it's very like it lost its vitality. It's
You
benefit.
mean water depends on where we live?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in general, also water has lost its benefit. So you
Mm.
need to add something to help it
Okay.
bring it alive.
Just like every food.
Yeah.
You're saying like it's lost a bit of its
Yeah.
benefit because of the way our life is right now.
The way we harvest food also,
Right,
and the soil and
exactly. The
everything.
industry and everything.
Yeah. So we need to just squeeze some lemon,
Hmm.
so you can bring the water alive and you can actually feel more hydrated.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a wonderful feeling in the morning. Okay.
Exactly.
Celery juice.
Celery juice. It's
Give
tricky.
us a break on this one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I just always tell people like start somewhere and progress. Like
Yeah.
drink a little and then increase the amount, and then it's basically just for their own
What
benefit.
do? You put it in a blender?
Not blend it.
Oh.
Juice it. Just juice celery.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that because you need to separate the fibers from the mineral salts. If you
Okay.
blend it, the fibers will stay.
Oh.
You
okay.
can get the fibers from any kind of other food.
Okay.
You need to focus on the mineral salts from the celery
Okay.
to get the most benefit because these are these will help you with the symptoms.
Okay.
The mineral salts.
So what other diet tips do you have
Um,
for detox? I guess.
so honestly, for detox, I just it's that simple. I just tell them add lemon water and celery to your diet, and keep eating your whole food, and you'll be fine.
Okay, two things I noticed.
Because celery is also antiviral, antibacterial,
Anti-inflammatory.
anti-inflammatory, and
Yeah.
it helps your adrenal glands to relax.
Mm.
So this is why celery is important, because it treats the viruses and bacteria, which is the root cause of our problems.
It's amazing because celery is 95% water.
Yeah.
And that 5% helps so much.
Yeah, it does. But it's loaded with mineral salts. Even if it's water, but it's loaded with mineral salts.
Oh, I see.
The mineral salts are
in the water of the celery.
It's not like the salts you put in. It's not like Himalayan salt or any kind of table salts you put into your food.
Okay.
It's the kind of salt that is so healing.
Right.
To your body, and it helps. It's
like
antiviral.
Potassium and magnesium, that kind of stuff. Different.
Different.
Okay.
It has a healing benefit.
Okay.
But you have to know that celery is also an herb. It's not a vegetable.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So people who believe in herbal medicine,
right,
should believe in celery because it's an herb. It's not a
crunchy herb.
Crunchy herb.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not juicy herb.
Yeah, you like the juice. But I love that crunch.
Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. But you won't get the full benefit if you blend it or eat it, because
that's for later in the day as a snack.
Yeah, you can.
Great.
100%.
Okay.
100%. And then just eat the whole food, and you'll be fine.
Okay.
You don't have to restrict yourself.
Sometimes you post these pictures of these fruit bowls, and it's just like, oh, I feel like I'm on a tropical island. It's so colorful, and you just want to eat healthy for the rest of your life, you know, when you see this. So you suggest also fruits as a meal.
Yeah, I always say, like, people don't eat fruits a lot.
Right.
They eat it as a snack.
Yes.
I recommend fruit should be a part of your meal.
A part of your meal or as a meal?
As a meal.
Okay.
As a meal, right.
Okay.
Thank you for correcting me.
Okay.
As a meal, like, you need to get fully.
Right.
You need to feel full from fruits. It shouldn't be like part of a meal, like you said. It should be a meal.
So what would be a suggested serving for you as a fruit meal? So,
for example, I eat a lot of papayas and watermelons.
You have very choicey diet.
Yeah. And bananas, and I eat a lot of berries.
In one meal?
Yeah.
Without yogurt or anything like this, just fruits?
No, without yogurt. It's just fruits, so that your body can absorb the sugar fast. And it's natural sugar. People think fruits are bad. Right. It's natural sugar. It's metabolized differently than processed sugar.
Yeah,
So if you take a table sugar and you put it in your tea, it's different than eating a piece of strawberry.
Of course, yeah.
Because it's loaded with phytochemicals, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals.
Do you recommend it for breakfast?
The most for breakfast. Okay. You can have it any time during the day. Right. But I highly recommend during breakfast, because this is when you wake up and your liver is doing, when you sleep, your liver is doing its job to detoxify the body.
Oh, okay.
So when you wake up, toxins and poisons are already stored in the bloodstream.
Stored in the bloodstream?
Not stored, but it's there in the bloodstream, ready to get eliminated.
Oh, so the fruits will help that?
So fruits will help detoxify and hydrate the body.
Oh, okay.
And also it's natural sugar, so it gives you energy.
Right, if you do a workout in the morning or something.
Great, yeah. Okay. That's why I recommend it in the morning the best. And then afternoon you can eat your fats and proteins and whatever. Right.
So I thought, do you eat carbs? I noticed you don't put pictures of carbs very much.
No, I do eat a lot of carbs.
Oh, okay.
I do eat a lot of potatoes, sweet potatoes.
Yeah, sweet potatoes, I like that. Yeah.
Butternut squash. These are I eat them on a regular basis.
So instead of dieting, we're going to come out hungry now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm already hungry now. But now the key is a balanced diet.
Right.
But what happens but most people don't eat a balanced diet, and that's why they have symptoms, and that's why we need to change. Like I sometimes I wanted to recommend a balanced diet to them, because they already went too far with
too much carbs,
too much carbs, or too much fat, or too much.
So
so you need to adapt and to try to go a bit. I'm not saying extreme, but you need to alter a bit this balanced diet,
right?
So that they can compensate and cope, and your body can feel better actually.
So this is on an individual basis, depending on your history and your lifestyle and everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%.
So is there anything else that you'd like to add about the organs?
No, just people have to know that we can work on the organs, not just the muscles.
Right.
The organs, they have therapy for it.
Right.
You just need to find your guy,
Yeah.
okay, and you can treat them. And then I feel like people, once they feel that boost of energy because you really feel good after the therapy,
Yeah.
then they are motivated to take care of their body.
So what do you say to people who say, oh, this is very unconventional? And for me, it sounds so super logical. I would say that their method is unconventional, but what do you say?
Well, even though there's a lot of scientific evidence and
Right.
studies,
Yeah.
but not too much. That's why people like,
Okay.
you know, it's out there. The information is out there, but it's not like still not validated by people.
Okay, by the scientific community or the
Yeah.
medical community.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
want to tell them that you have to think who's benefiting
Right.
from the scientific research. Wrong scientific research. Because not everything you read is true when it comes to
You have to
scientific
be
data.
careful.
You have to be careful and question everything,
Right.
and also think who's benefiting from it.
Right.
Is it you, or the pharmaceutical big pharmas, or the medical community, or who's benefiting from it?
Right.
So you need to always be careful with what you're reading, and you need to try. Just give it a try. If you read something that's so not
Radical?
in line with what you believe in,
Okay.
just try it. Try something new and see if if you feel better, then you keep doing it.
It's not on the extreme of bizarre or radical what you're saying anyway, so
Yeah.
it's just it's pretty basic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
A few things that are interesting for me. You recommend sunshine.
Oh,
And
yeah.
everybody's like, no, the sun isn't good and you shouldn't stay in the sun and everything, but you recommend it for several reasons.
Yeah. So for a lot of reasons, actually.
Yeah.
I started following this doctor. His name is Dr. Jack Rose.
Mm-hmm.
You can also watch his lectures. He has also a book, and he talks about sunlight and why is it important. And there's a proof that sunlight actually help us improves our health by raising the happy hormones, producing more happy hormones, raising our melatonin, serotonin, and dopamine level,
Right.
and improving our metabolism.
Well,
So,
I'm interrupting you just for a sec, but I mean, in Scandinavian countries,
Yeah.
they start to get like these little machines to emulate sunlight because there's a high depression rate because they don't have enough sun in winter.
yeah,
So I guess it's related.
yeah.
What about sun tanning on the beach and stuff? I mean, it's so recommended to not, I mean, I don't like to sit and roast in the sun for a few hours. I mean, I like to get a bit of sun in the morning and after your recommendations, sit in the sunset at night. It
Yeah.
helps so much.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a sensitive skin,
Yeah.
you don't have to go in the middle of the day and get some sun because it's so damp.
Okay.
It's like you have a sensitive skin, so you can get AM light, which is
Right.
sunrise or sunset.
Okay.
So it's not as damaging for your skin.
Right.
So you just have to get the sunlight at different time,
Okay.
especially AM or PM,
What
because
ab-
it's the least it's
Least dangerous.
dangerous.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say dangerous because it's not to me. I stay under the sun the whole day because your
Okay.
body adapts. But some people have sensitive skin.
Yeah, we
So
burn
they-
easily.
Yeah, they burn
Yeah.
easily. They can get like sun AM light or PM light or sunset light or during the day like just 10-15 minutes just exposed to their skin without any sunscreens because light cannot get into our body when you put a barrier, which is sunscreens.
Right.
You can't.
But how do you protect yourself then?
Just by taking the right measurements or knowing how to cope with sun.
Okay.
For example, if, like I said, if you have sensitive skin, you go and take AM light or sunrise,
Okay.
or you go walk on the beach, or you take a walk when the sun is rising, or when the
Okay.
sun is setting.
Yeah, I
Just
started-
by doing that,
Right.
you will get the benefit.
I started a routine in summer. I
Yeah.
do my workout outside in the garden under the sun. That's the only time I sit in the sun because I don't like it very much. And then you get a nice tan, nice little by little, and then you glow by the end of the summer.
Yeah.
At nighttime, like I was telling you, I did yoga last night on the terrace
Yeah.
on sunset. It was wonderful.
Okay.
It's so calming and peaceful, and I just slept like a baby afterwards.
Nice.
It's amazing. Imad, thank you so much
You're
for all the
welcome.
information.
Thank you
and
for having
all your
me.
sharing, for your generosity. And we're looking forward to some new knowledge that you'll be able to share in another episode.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank
so
you for
much.
having me.
Thank you.
It was
Thank
really
you.
nice.
It was very nice. Thanks a lot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.